Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to another edition of Fresh Fire Friday with TY and Reggie. Today is June 10th, 2022. Welcome to another edition. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. You ain't got to subscribe or like it or nothing, but we appreciate the comments. You know what I'm saying? What's up, TY?
What's up, bro?
What's going on today, man?
Hey, nothing, man. Just looking forward to that game tonight and just enjoying the weekend, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna hit that. We're gonna talk about that game before we finish up today. But without further ado, what's the topic this week, bro?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. So the topic we have for this week is going to be Fresh 5 TV shows or series that you didn't want to see in for whatever reason.
Yeah. I tried to get Muttley on here with us this morning, but he said he don't watch TV like that.
Really?
Really. That's what he said.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and get into my 5, and we already know what he do. He watching TV right now.
Or sleep.
Yeah, he on the clock. But my first one is, a lot of people probably don't not tracking this show, but it was called Blood and Oil. The star of the show was Don Johnson. Just to give you a backstory of how it only came on for one season. But
yeah,
you watched it?
Yeah.
And yeah, man. And it's talking about how in North Dakota and South Dakota, that is one of the biggest oil reserves. It's got a bigger oil reserve than Saudi Arabia. So, but it's on top of Native American reservations. So you can't drill because they're not going to let you drill on their land. So, I thought about it, and it's true, because you took all the Native American land and put them on reservations, but just so happened one of the biggest reservation states is on top of an oil reserve, one of your biggest resources that you can't even use. So you got the whole country, ain't no resources nowhere else but in North Dakota and South Dakota. They stopped playing the show. The other one, you was in LA probably when this show came out, The Sheriff. I was addicted to The Sheriff.
I watched that too. I watched that as well.
Yeah, I remember you was in Cali when that came out. Man, I was addicted to it because it actually, I don't even know the dude that starred in it, but we used to make little jokes like, man, he wouldn't never shave. Sheriff did his own thing, man. But the thing I liked about it the most is he reminded me of Walker, Texas Ranger. We was addicted to that back in the days. It was nothing he couldn't do.
Yeah.
He got every bad guy. Next, number 3, Nashville. It's a country show. It's about country artists starting out trying to make it in Nashville. And that's what really made me interested in Nashville, because one thing I learned about that show, you don't have to go to Nashville. Right now, if you're into music, anybody listening right now, if you're into music and you want to be an artist and still appreciate the true live music instrument form of music, storytelling, Nashville is the place to be. So that show really made me that's why I had to go to Nashville, straight to Broadway. So I ain't went to go perform, but I wanted to see experience, was it really how that show was? That show is exactly how Nashville is. So any spot you walk in, you're gonna see a live band, and it's not what we think. It's not even no Grand Ole Opry, even though the Grand Ole Opry is there. But you're gonna get some good live music, good food, and just good environment. If you haven't been to Nashville, plan a trip to Nashville. Next, this one, I think this probably on your list and everybody else's list that came up in the 90s, Martin. No one wanted to see Martin in. Well, I didn't. I didn't want to see. My mom would tell you I'm the biggest Martin Lawrence fan. In a lot of the shows, man, I had them on VCR and everything else, but I never tried to miss an episode. But I hated to see that show in. And last but not least is This Is Us. So, man, I was so addicted to that show because one thing about it, I could never watch it with no one else. I'm going to always watch it by myself because you're going to experience every emotion. You're going to be sad. You're going to be mad. You're going to laugh. You're going to cry on one. And that's just one episode. That's just the first 10 minutes. So, and you got a whole hour of this every week. So, but if you haven't watched This Is Us, go back. It's over 6 seasons. It's over. You'll be able to catch up. You can. I'm envious of you right now because you get to binge watch for 6 seasons and enjoy every show and don't have to worry about getting on social media and seeing what happened. So that's my 5 right there, bro.
Okay, I might have to check you out on that. This Is Us. I've never watched it.
It's a good family show, bro. I mean, y'all can watch that together. I promise you, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I actually watched that sheriff show when I was out in LA. That was pretty cool. And I also watched what is it? Blood and Oil.
Blood and Oil, yeah.
Actually the daughter, I don't know if you remember or not, that's my girl from Chicago Fire. The daughter.
She from Chicago Fire?
Yeah, she's a firefighter.
I'm trying to figure out, is that the mix?
That was Don, yeah. That was Don Justin's daughter.
I can't now. Okay. Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
anyway. But yeah, Nashville, never saw that as well. Now I do remember the little pretty girl that was the star of that show. I think I saw something else. Yeah.
She used to be I forgot what
wasn't she one of
she was Victor's daughter. She the one that rode the horse in Naked. She was the Naked heiress.
Oh, the one from Ashley? No.
No, yeah, the one from Ashley. You remember she when she played on Y&R, she came.
Oh, okay, they replaced her though.
Yeah, they replaced her with the one now. I don't know who they're now. Muttley, who on there, Muttley?
Yeah, he was. Hey, get back with us. Put it in the comments. All right, so I'm gonna jump into my list real quick, and my catchphrase, no particular order. But I do have a favorite, and I'll say
always.
But getting into my list though, the first one on my list, I'm gonna say True Blood. I don't know if you remember that. It came on HBO. It ran for about 7 seasons. And it probably ran its course. It was about vampires in like Louisiana.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
And it ran its course, but I just kind of wanted to see it go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
That's my first one. It was pretty huge. If you probably look at a list of series on HBO, I know it's got to be probably in the top 5. Next though was a show came on Fox. It was called Rosewood. It ran for about 2 years from like 2015 to 2017, and it starred Morris Chestnut and Janice Ortiz. It was like I don't know if she was Puerto Rican or Dominican, but it was a show I used to watch with wifey. I think she had put me onto it. But bro, I tell you, their on-screen chemistry, bro, like it was. You ever watch one of those shows where you want them to get together, but they keep teasing you episode after episode? It was one of those situations, and honestly, it only lasted for 2 seasons. And the way it ended, it ended abruptly. So I don't think they was planning for another, like a 3rd season. And I want to say they might have kissed at the end of the 2nd season, because they thought it was going to drag out. But that was what was keeping the fans tuned in. Like, is they going to get together?
Right. The suspense.
Yeah, the suspense. So it was crazy, but that's a good one that you could probably go check out. It's only 2 seasons though.
And what's the name of it again?
It's called Rosewood.
Rosewood.
So what it is Morris Chestnut is he's what you call it, the doctor that work in the morgue, basically.
California.
Yeah.
Mortician.
Yeah, he's a mortician, basically. but he's the actual doctor that be in the morgue. And
Oh, okay. The coroner.
yeah, he's the coroner. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
Not the mortician, the coroner.
Okay.
So he's the coroner, and the female that she's a detective, and they work together and to solve crimes because he look at the body, he got his own way talking to the body, he kind of like figure it out. So it's like a crime, a drama, but it's pretty cool. Next on the list, that was 2. Next on the list is going to be Game of Thrones. All right, so I'm gonna tell you about Game of Thrones.
So you one of them?
No, I'm not one of them.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you. So Games of Thrones, bro. I know they made it a big thing. They got like a following, like a cult or something.
Yeah.
The deal is probably the longest running show on my list because I think it ran from like 2011 to 2019.
Yeah.
However, I didn't even get on the show until 2017. Like it was people at work watching it. I'm like, man, I'm not watching that crap.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I had some time off when I first got to California, and I just said, I think it was my sister got me into it. She was like, oh man, she was so excited what season was about to come on. So I binge watched. And the thing that kept me from watching it was I was so, how you get so far in this it's so far into the seasons, you like, man, I ain't gonna be able to catch up, man. They got so many seasons. I'm not gonna do that. And I don't want to jump in where it's at. So that's why I kept not putting it off. And eventually I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna just do it. And I binge watched it and caught all the way up. But my thing about that, did you ever watch it?
Nope. I was just like you. I couldn't, I didn't want to, it just didn't make sense to me. So I didn't give it a chance. That and another one I hope you ain't got on your list.
So then what happened though, bro, I got into it and I really became a fan of Jon Snow. He was basically the bastard son. But he wasn't even that. But I'm saying though, for the majority of the episodes, that's what he was portrayed as. But just the last season was not satisfying at all. It was like maybe it was rushed, not thought out too much, put together. They really need a do-over of that last season and how it ended. You know what I'm saying? But the shout out to the character that played Jon Snow, that he really did his thing.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being great, what would you rate that series at if somebody wanted to start watching it? Would you?
Oh, I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, the only thing that I would say is the last season didn't live up to the hype. But throughout the series, like I said, it ran from 2011 to 2019. Obviously, it brought something of value to the table, or it wouldn't have went that long. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it, especially if you got, well, probably not now, but yeah, now, but it would have been definitely something good to do when you was out of work, shut down with COVID or whatever the case may be. And I'm quite sure a bunch of people probably caught up during that time as well. The next one on the list is, it's funny you said Martin. I wasn't going to pick Martin because I know you was going to pick Martin. I said, bro, going to pick Martin because I'm saying we all did it. We all ran home on Thursday nights on Fox to watch Martin. However, it was another show that came on Thursday night during that time frame that we all loved too. And that was New York Undercover. New York Undercover came on like at 9. Martin came on like 8, or 8:30, 8 to 8:30, I think. You had a little break. And then New York Undercover came on at 9. Bruh, it ran from 1994 to 99, right? Yeah. I think Martin probably came 92 to 96. It overlapped. But anyway, my point is we couldn't wait to see who the musical guest was going to be at the end of the show.
Right.
It was going to be Method Man or Nas or Mary J. Blige, whoever it was going to be. And, we grew up in an era where we ain't really think too far on the cops. I'm going to just be real. Still really don't.
Nope.
However, those two portrayed, it made you feel like they was the two coolest cops ever. You know what I'm saying? Like how they move, they wore Timbs like we did. They was in the streets. It just was a thing back in, the mid to late 90s. So my fourth pick is New York Undercover.
Dope.
My last one.
Hey, bro, but that goes, it was that was a beautiful time. That's when TV started changing. You had Martin, New York Undercover, 21 Jump Street. You had a bunch of stuff to keep you in the house.
Yeah,
And
Living Color.
in living color. And we didn't want to be in the house. We ready to be outside because
Yeah.
it wasn't no cyber awareness. It was all I'm gonna see you when I see you, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You talk the talk, you're gonna have to walk the walk.
Yeah.
But my last pick, bro, I wanted to save it for last. And when I say this, I know you're gonna smile because this was always my favorite show. And that was maybe because that's where I'm originally from, but The Wire.
I already know.
Bruh, it only ran for 5 years. And it was one of the most popular, probably within the top 2 or 3 shows that HBO ever had series on their show. But believe it or not, it aired for the first time June of 2022. It's actually 20 years this month from The Wire. You know what I'm saying? From when it came on. So we was actually, you know what I'm saying, in Charlotte trying to figure this thing out when it first came out. And that used to be like every Sunday night, we're gonna find a place to watch it because, like you said, luckily it wasn't a huge social media following then, if any, but at the same token, you knew if you didn't watch it on Sunday night,
You're done.
you're done.
Yeah.
Monday, that's the thought. That's the cooler talk.
That's it.
That's everything. So you're gonna already know the whole episode by Monday afternoon if you don't watch it Sunday night.
Bro, the streets used to be empty during that time.
Bruh, we will, you know.
Yeah, we go.
Sunday, we had a whole plan. You getting up super early. We pre-planning for the football games, doing what we did at the time. And then we're gonna watch football all day. But yo, that Sunday night game has something to compete with.
Yeah.
Your team better be playing Sunday night to miss The Wire.
And if we in the Ville, shout out to Herc. We be done had Herc on speed dial.
Yes, sir.
With the delivery, you know? So
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, Herky Jerk, rest in peace. But bro, yeah, that's my 5, man. I mean, obviously, it's so many other ones that you know, we could have probably put on the list, but that was my 5 that made the cut for this week.
I was gonna put The Wire, but I promise you, the only reason why I didn't put The Wire because I knew
absolutely
you was gonna pick that. So I ain't even considered it. But yeah, man, that was a dope list. You ain't got no surprises this week, you know?
Nah, I didn't really, I guess, I wouldn't say it's a surprise, but if I had to throw something out there that just worth mentioning is, I understand that they kept going so far with like the Power series, but I thought about putting Power in there, but I kind of thought you was going to do it. So I was going to let you have that one since I know you was going to probably let me have The Wire. But my thing with Power is I felt like they could have stretched Power 1 out a little bit longer with Ghost. None of us wanted to see him die, but at the same token, if you look at the seasons up to that point, every time his plan was almost about to come together, it would be something that kept him in the game and had to regroup. So I felt like they could have kept that pattern and, you know, kept him in the game a little bit longer. Like maybe something messed up where he wouldn't be able to get that what he was running for governor or whatever.
Yeah, I wanted to see that play out. I wanted to see that play out.
Or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So I wish they would have went a different route. So if I had to pick something else on that list, that's what it would have been.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too. I mean, I agree with you on that too, but I probably will throw in they tried to bring it back. Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh, did that?
Yeah, they tried to bring it back with Tony Rock. He was the host.
Yeah, I did see
Michael Bivins and Gladys Knight, but
it just wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same, man. I mean, I don't really, you know, if it ain't been right since Steve Harvey hosted it, you know, but I wish they could have brought it back close had Don DC Curry hosting it or something. I think it'll be great. But that's if it come back out right now. American Idol, The Voice, America's Got Talent, all those shows come from Showtime at the Apollo. It's the first.
Yeah.
It was the first. It was before its time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We got a game tonight. I heard you mentioned the game earlier, man. Who you going? I already know who you rolling with, but
so
what's your thoughts?
All right. So my thoughts on that, bro, is I'm gonna go with Golden State.
Really?
You
going game by game?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Golden State. They gotta win this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have to win one in Boston for sure, but they gotta win this game or the series is over. However, pound for pound, I think Boston is just too big and too athletic. Just a couple of weeks ago when we talked about our teams, a lot of people said in the comments they couldn't believe we didn't pick Steph. Well,
yeah.
Me and you know why we didn't pick him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the ultimate role player.
Yep.
We talked about this, and he cannot do it all by himself. Clay is a shell of his former self. Draymond ain't, bro, you're not going to get it with 2 points and 4 rebounds. You could talk all you want, but you're not going to get it that way. Looney is playing beyond what he's capable of.
And he didn't do nothing the other night.
Bro, whatever you get out of him, you know what I'm saying? You got Wiggins on the wing. Wiggins, stop shooting threes, bro.
Yeah.
Play your game, driving and that mid-range.
Yeah.
But again, I think.
What about Jordan Poole? What's up with Jordan?
Yo, Jordan Poole, man, you're a G League All-American, man. I think the stage is too big for you right now.
Somebody said, I think it was Shaq or Kenny, one of them. They said that Jordan Poole can't hold a parked car.
Listen, hey, Jordan Poole, man, he's probably gonna go down as the best G League player ever.
Yeah.
But the stage is too big for him. I was watching the other night, even when he had that, when they blew him out and he had a decent game, you're not Steph. You're trying to pattern your game after Steph. You're not Steph. I mean, I'm just saying, you're not, bro. It is what it is. But again, getting back to the pick, I think Golden State will pull it out. However, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Boston beat them because I'm saying they're bigger and they're more athletic. But what do you think?
I'm rolling with. I'm gonna go with Boston. If Golden State win, they'll win the next game in Golden State. But I'm gonna go with Boston again. I feel they got the momentum. They got the skills. This is the deal. These are the two best defensive teams left, and they were the best two defensive teams at the end of the regular season. But Boston, first time in history, the starting five and the sixth man got at least one all defensive vote, all defensive of the year vote, defensive player of the year vote. Yes, each one of them. I mean, both of the Williams got a point. They got one vote. Of course, Marcus Smart is the defensive player of the year. Tatum and Brown got votes. And Al Horford got a vote for defensive player of the year. One vote. That's a big deal to me.
Yeah.
But we always talk about you can't coach size. So if somebody is already bigger than you, they faster than you, and they stronger than you, that means they better than you. So I'm just going with Boston. And I feel like when they go to Golden State will have the momentum and home cooking, and they probably will pull it out. Yeah, man. So you got a quote for us before we wrap it up today, bro?
Yeah, always. So I think you'll like this one. So the quote of the day is going to be, work hard to discover your gift, and you will never envy or hate another human being who's manifesting theirs. One more time.
Give it to them.
Work hard to discover your gift. And you never envy or hate another human being who is manifesting theirs. That's from The
Wow.
minister. The minister.
My guy.
You're a guy.
Oh yeah. Appreciate
That is
it.
Farrakhan. That's what we're gonna leave you with.
All praises due. Hey, as always, bro, awesome quote, awesome list. I'm going back and I'm gonna check out some of those shows. I mean, we'll be talking, but everyone that's listening, please just drop a comment. Anything that you want to talk about, or if anything that you want us to talk about in the future, drop that in the comment section below as well. But as always, peace be unto you. We'll see you next week.